All right, so baby's just had her first bath, and I've had some questions on why I chose this boat and why I set it up the way I set it up. So I thought this would be a perfect time to do that. So let's just start at the back of the boat where I've got the double pulley anchor system. I'm always looking for any mechanical advantage I can find, and this means you got to have a little more rope, but for me, for the ease of the pull, especially with the floor system, I think it's totally worth it. You'll notice the gunnels are green, and that's actually spray Line-X. You can see that, get a little closer there. And that Line-X I chose just because it's super durable, a lot lower maintenance than doing the epoxy on the wood. And I think it's a cool look too with the color of the boat. As most of you know, if you're watching this, you know that Boulder boats are built. They're not molded, and they're built out of a poly material that's welded. So you can kind of see here, it's all welded together, and you can see when you look at this sort of sandwiched area here that the bottom of the boat is thicker than the sides of the boat. You can see that's 1/4 inch, I think, and this is, gosh, it looks like half, or it's probably 3/8 actually. That's at an angle. I think it's 3/8. I've got the rear drain plugs. I did not choose to add the midship drain plugs. I don't know, we'll see. What I thought I would do is try just having 2 holes in the boat to start with, and then if it really bugs me to have to tip it up all the time to clean it out, then I can add the midship ones later, no problem. What else? Rod tray, obviously down this side, and really beautiful piece of wood, like holy cow, right? Look at that. Beautiful piece of wood there for the leg lock. For the back seat, I did the box instead of a cooler, that would be the standard. And that box is certainly splash proof and pretty water resistant. It's not submersible, but if it needs to be submersible, we have other problems. Also the Tempera seats that come along with, and they are on a quick release, so they pop off, and which is great for me here for when I'm using the boat in Texas, because I also have some Wise Aero Mesh seats that are great for summer. They're quick dry and they're really cool for sitting. I'll use these seats here in Texas for trout season in the winter, and then also likely this summer on the San Juan, although we'll see. Maybe I'll want the mesh seats there as well for the summer. I'll have both with me, I think. Rower seat, you can get the higher back. Also, you can get full rope seats as well. But I feel like with this boat, I'm trying to ride this line between sort of old school vibe and modern durability, which is kind of what these boats are all about anyway, I think. So I did the low back rowers seat, super comfy, same water resistant, splash proof box. Got the Dirk's floor system there. And of course, because of my little pygmy legs, I have the foot brace back as far as it will go. You'll also notice I have 3 places that I can put the rowers, the oar position, which is kind of cool. I have those popped out right now because I'm having them swapped out for some different oar mounts. Let's see, as we move up, let's go ahead with the seats because that's what I was talking about. I did opt for the cooler mount seat in the front. I will be putting a cooler behind that seat as well, a larger cooler to kind of be the main cooler. I feel like that's a good option. One, if I'm needing to put something else in the normal cooler position and still want a cooler, or it certainly works as a dry box as well. Sorry, little vehicle going by here. You'll also notice that I did the straps out a little farther from the cooler than you normally would do. And I did that because here in Texas, again, for sort of backwater bass and maybe carp flats, I can pull that whole cooler out and then put like a 45, or I think I can even put up to a 65 there if I want, with some sea deck on the top, and use it basically as a casting platform. Which brings me, let's go ahead and go to the front of the boat then. The other cool thing about this hood that you see, which I'll kind of come around so you can see the whole hood, that's ash, solid ash wood there, not laminate on the front. You can see the hood is, I'll look in here, I think you can see the hood is actually connected with 3 bolts, so that just pops off, and then there's a shelf there. So I can also take that off when I'm using it around here and don't really need the leg brace. What else? Let's see. Oh, let's talk about that floor. So I did opt for the sea deck floor, and they snap it in, which is kind of cool. One of the reasons it gets snapped in is because this Boulder boat material, this poly material that it's made of, you probably can't see it here. It's probably can't see the grit, but it has a little bit of a texture to it, which means stuff doesn't stick to it super well. But actually, I think the snap-in floor is pretty cool anyway, because I can just snap it out, lay it down on the concrete or whatever, and just really scrub it well without having to crawl in and out of the boat all the time. Lots of space, great shelf here. I was talking to the guys, and we'll see how it goes, but they do have an option to do a covered rod tray if that's what you want. They will do like a piano hinge and a lid on that if I end up feeling like I have trouble and really want to cover the rods. But again, I feel like less is more for me. I want clean interior, and so less things to break. And I feel like if it becomes a problem, then I'll put a lid on it, but I'm not going to just do it until I know that's what I want. Finally, I did go ahead and go with the deluxe trailer. I think it's totally worth it for a couple things. One, for sure, you get the green anchor, actually came with the boat, and then the anchor nest on the trailer, which is nice. The boat buckles, which are cool, and you also get the tripper roller. So there are no carpet bunks on this trailer, on this Black Dog trailer, deluxe trailer. Also, I can't remember the size, I'll have to look on there, but I dig that it's, this is a really good size wheel and tire, which gives me a lots more options when I'm trying to get into places that are kind of cranky to get into. It gives me that clearance, which is super helpful. Also, one other thing I think about the trailer, if I can walk around here. One other thing about the trailer is that I have a full-size spare, which I'm going to get a cover for that so it doesn't dry rot as quickly. A full-size spare, and then also, as you can see here, you get a hub as well. So get a hub for the trailer, obviously a wheeled jack as well. I think that's about it. And in case you were wondering, so this chine here and where the boat is welded together, there's actually 3 layers of material there, so you can see sort of how burly this thing is. So I said I would sort of say why I chose this boat over others. I go back and forth between Texas here, where we have a lot of skinny, bony rivers, and then also we'll be up on the San Juan, and I felt like this boat would give me a lot of versatility. I think there's a lot of places that I'm going to feel comfortable taking this boat where I would not take a glass boat. And in fact, I do a lot of stuff here with a raft, and I've talked to some fellow Boulder owners who said I might be surprised how quickly the raft begins to get retired as I find all the places that I can take this where I normally would have used a raft. One last thing you can see, I've got I think that's the Sawyer spare tire, or they call it, or whatever, wrapped there, nice, tidy underneath the deck shelf. So, yeah, I'm digging this boat. I don't think I forgot anything. If I have, or if you have any other questions about it, let me know. But again, I had a couple people ask, and so I thought I would give you a quick run through of what the boat is and why I set it up that way and why I chose a Boulder to begin with. Again, I wanted something with modern sort of durability, but something that was handcrafted and has a nod, I think, to the old wood skiffs. Also, choosing a skiff makes a ton of sense for me too. I like skinny water, and I like tailwaters, so I'm just happy to go take some people out and get on some fish and have a great day on the water. And I'm super excited about how I think this boat is going to contribute to that vision for me. All right, awesome. There you go. Have a great day, everybody, and get out there.